Recently, there was a highly publicized incident in the Japanese imperial family. The tiara, originally intended to be made for Princess Aiko's 20th coming-of-age ceremony, was cancelled due to a lack of planned funding. To cut costs, Aiko had to borrow a tiara from her aunt, Sayako Kuroda, to attend royal events and maintain appearances. This incident sparked heated discussions among Japanese netizens, as the tiara is not an ordinary royal item but rather a private possession of Sayako. The tiara also has quite an interesting backstory. In 1989, Princess Sayako's coming-of-age ceremony coincided with the death of her grandfather, Emperor Shuo. The Imperial Household Agency did not make a new tiara for her, citing frugality. However, Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko were unwilling to shortchange their daughter, so they paid to have a more exquisite tiara made for her. This tiara later became the only royal item Sayako could take with her when she married into a commoner family. Today, Princess Aiko has worn this tiara on several important occasions, and the public has noticed that its intricate design is even more refined than the conventional tiaras made by the Imperial Household Agency. However, for Aiko, attending events wearing a borrowed tiara does feel somewhat of a slight, underscoring her unique position within the imperial family. Sayako is the third child of Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko, and the only daughter in the family. She was born on the 10th anniversary of her parents' marriage. Sayako's birth was considered a significant change in the history of the Japanese imperial family, marking a subtle shift from a patriarchal society to one with more family equality. In 1969, when Sayako was born, Akihito broke royal tradition for the first time by accompanying Michiko to the hospital for her delivery. This was the first recorded instance in Japanese imperial history of a crown prince attending the birth of his child. Upon leaving the hospital, Akihito personally accompanied Michiko and their newborn daughter Sayako back to the palace. Sayako's arrival brought warmth to the imperial family, and her two older brothers, Naruhito and Fumihito, were very fond of their little sister. Every day after school, they would compete to be the first to return home and play with the baby. Unlike her two brothers, Sayako's education was based on the premise that she would eventually marry and live as a commoner. Sayako was always well-behaved and close to her parents, never going through a rebellious phase. Since Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko both believed that Sayako would eventually marry a commoner and leave the imperial family, from 1977 to 1987, Empress Michiko and Sayako traveled together every year to strengthen their bond. Sayako began studying traditional Japanese dance in middle school. She didn't just pursue dance as a hobby, she took it to a professional level, receiving guidance from the renowned Japanese choreographer Hanayaga-sensei once or twice a week. Sayako even performed the classic dance drama sambas at the National Theatre, showcasing her deep mastery of traditional dance. Like her father, Sayako has a strong interest in natural sciences, especially ornithology. After graduating from university, she became a part-time research assistant at the Yamashina Institute for Ornithology, where she participated in bird surveys at the Imperial Palace and the Akasaka Estate. She co-authored academic reports on birds with other researchers, making her a rare academic princess within the imperial family. Sayako's research work was paid, earning her the title of the first paid princess of the imperial family. In addition to birds, Sayako is also fond of dogs. During her school years, she once kept a guide dog and frequently sketched her grandfather Emperor Shuo's pet dog. Beyond her interests, Sayako also took on a significant amount of royal duties. She traveled alone on multiple occasions to countries such as France, Australia, and New Zealand, attending diplomatic and cultural exchange events. Sayako has actively participated in public welfare activities, including children's welfare and cultural preservation, and has been an important representative of the imperial family, earning the trust of the Imperial Household Agency. Due to her busy career, Sayako didn't seriously consider marriage until the age of 33. Interestingly, her ideal partner was someone like her brother Naruhito. In 2003, at the age of 34, Sayako reunited with Yoshiki Kuroda, a friend of her brother Prince Fumihito, at a gathering hosted by him. In November 2005, 36-year-old Princess Sayako married Yoshiki Kuroda. According to tradition, the emperor and empress only attend the wedding ceremony and do not participate in the reception. However, Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko broke with this custom to show their support for their daughter and attended the wedding reception. Empress Michiko also gave Sayako a precious set of kimono that she had worn in her youth as part of her dowry. On the day of the wedding, Princess Sayako officially relinquished her royal status and became a commoner, changing her name to Sayako Kuroda. From then on, she no longer enjoyed the special privileges of an imperial family member, but gained the same rights as an ordinary citizen, including the right to vote and be elected. She also became subject to taxes like any other citizen. Upon leaving the imperial family, Sayako received a one-time marriage allowance from the government, totaling 152.5 million yen. After marriage, Sayako and her husband bought an apartment near Gakushuin University. Sayako paid most of the cost, while Yoshiki Kuroda took out a loan for the remaining amount. The couple led a low-key life, often going shopping and running errands together. After marriage, Sayako did not become a stay-at-home wife. On June 19, 2017, following the resignation of her aunt, Otsuko Ikeda, as the chief priestess of Ai's shrine, Sayako officially succeeded her as the chief priestess. She travels to Ai's city every year to oversee the shrine's affairs. Recently, Yoshiki Kuroda was promoted to the director of the Tokyo Metropolitan Construction Bureau, and their standard of living has improved accordingly. The apartment they initially purchased has appreciated and is now worth nearly 300 million yen. Unfortunately, despite being married for many years, the couple has not had children. Sayako's choice of marriage and her attitude towards life influenced later royal women. Princess Mako has chosen to marry a commoner, Kei Komuro, and even gave up her imperial dowry. In the future, Princess Aiko or Princess Kako may also choose to distance themselves from the constraints of the imperial family and pursue a freer life.